I'm going to make an openings that Lady Bird Blue pilot came out in 1927, and it was made by Warner Brothers Television Distribution and Tokyo Television. Looney Tunes came out in 1968, and it was made by 9 Story Media Group, and Out of the Blue Enterprises. Arthur came out in 2011, and it was made by Illumination Studios and Viacom. The Minecraft movie came out in 2022, and it was made by Kubo and Cookie Jar Productions. Hello Kitty and Friends came out in 1879 and it was made by Path. Trouble board game came out in 2023, and it was made by McDonald's. Elmo's World came out in 1987, and it was made by PBS Kids and Nickelodeon. Toy Story came out in 1967, and it was made by Fred Rogers Productions. Pororo came out in 2001, and it was made by Disney XD. Okay, Ernie the Giant Chicken, it's your turn.
I'm going to make an opening that Courage the Cowardly Dog came out in 2012, and it was made by Boomerang Studios. Fred Rogers' Neighborhood came out in 1934, and it was made by 20th Century Fox. Adventures of Elmo in Grouchland came out in 1956, and it was made by DreamWorks Entertainment. The Muppets came out in 1923 and it was made by 20th Century Fox Kids. Dog Man. The movie came out in 1980, and it was made by Walt Disney Productions and ABC. Five Nights at Freddy's 2 came out in 1967 and it was made by Pizza Hut, real not fake.
7 hours later.
Yes, I made these openings. They are real not fake.
Ernie the Giant Chicken, what are you doing on my son's laptop?
I'm making an opening.
Let me see. Chris Griffin, these openings are fake. Lady Bird Lou pilot doesn't exist anymore. The real show is Lou and the Bally Bunch, and that came out in 2023, not 1927, and it was made by 9 Story Media Group, Brown Bag Films, and Cartoon Network, not Warner Brothers Television Distribution and Tokyo Channel. Besides Tokyo Channel and Warner Brothers Television Distribution didn't exist until 1964 and 1972. This series is in English and not Japanese. This series not come out VHS, and Looney Tunes came out in 1930, not 1968, and it was made by Leon Schlesinger, Hugh Harman, and Rudolph Ising, not 9 Story Media Group and Out of the Blue Enterprises. Besides 9 Story Media Group and Out of the Blue Enterprises didn't exist until 2002 and 2005. Arthur came out in 1996. Not 2011, and it was made by Mark Brown Studios, Cookie Jar, 9 Story Media Group, and Oasis Animation, not Illumination Studios and Viacom. The Minecraft movie came out in 2025, not 2022, and it was made by Warner Brothers and Legendary Pictures, not Kubo and Cookie Jar. Besides, Kubo and Cookie Jar closed on February 22, 2021, and December 24, 2014. Hello Kitty and Friends came out in 1989, not 1879, and it was made by Grouper Productions, not Path. Besides, Path didn't exist until 1896, and televisions didn't exist until 1927. Trouble board game came out in 1965, not 2023, and it was made by Milton Bradley Company, not McDonald's. Board games not come out VHS, and besides, McDonald's is a fast food restaurant, not a production. Toy Story came out in 1995, not 1967, and it was made by Pixar Animation Studios, not Fred Rogers Productions. Besides, Fred Rogers Productions didn't exist until 1971. Pororo came out in 2003, not 2001, and it was made by Icon Studios and Iconics Entertainment Co. Limited, not Disney XD. Besides, Disney XD didn't exist until 2009. And for you, Ernie the Giant Chicken, my biggest enemy, these openings are also fake. Courage the Cowardly Dog came out in 1999, not 2012, and it was made by Stretch Films and Cartoon Network, not Boomerang Studios. Besides, Boomerang Studios closed on October 3, 2004. Fred Rogers' Neighborhood came out in 1968, and it was made by Fred Rogers Productions, not 20th Century Fox. Besides, 20th Century Fox didn't exist until 1935. Adventures of Elmo in Brooklyn came out in 1999, not 1956, and it was made by Jim Henson Pictures, Children's Television Workshop, Sony Pictures, and Columbia Pictures, not DreamWorks Animation. Besides, DreamWorks Animation didn't exist until 1994. The Muppets came out in 1977, not 1923, and it was made by IT Entertainment and Henson Associates, not 20th Century Fox Kids. Besides, 20th Century Fox Kids didn't exist until 1990. Dog Man, the movie came out in 2025, not 1980, and it was made by DreamWorks Animation, not Walt Disney Productions and ABC. Besides, Dog Man book series didn't exist until 2016. Five Nights at Freddy's 2 came out in 2025, not 1967, and it was made by Blumhouse Productions and Scott Cawthon Productions, not Pizza Hut. Besides, Pizza Hut is a fast food restaurant, not a company. Today is Punishment Day. Today's punishment is, I want you to get out. Chris, your punishment is that you are grounded for the rest of the night. Go to your room right now.
No!